According to one social media user, something is going to happen on December of 14th. People are predicting that something bad will happen on December of 14th. And also, TPUSA has officially accepted Candace Owens' challenge for a debate on December of 15th. I am going to provide my commentary and why I feel like these two events is going to be connected in some ways. Welcome back to the Batman Podcast. Alrighty, let's get started. Anyway, a, f- a few days ago, I encountered this post on Twitter. Okay, the name of the account is Tally Hall Album, or the display name is Mushi. You guys can check it out. It's on X/Twitter. Okay, and he was saying that on the September 3rd of this year, he was saying that wouldn't it be funny if Charlie Kirk was shot on the September 10th? Weird, isn't it? And what ends up happening is exactly on the September of 10th, Charlie Kirk was shot. And after Charlie Kirk was shot, he was saying, "What did I say? Who is this person?" And then 3 days later, on the September of 13th, he was saying, "December 14th, Donald Trump." I have been, if you guys have been a regular on this channel, I have been warning you guys multiple times that there is going to be a terrorist attack in America. Okay, within the near future, there is going to be a terrorist attack, and I feel like this person is legit. I mean, like, who even does that? Okay, who even thinks, you know what? Today I am going to tweet. Next week, Charlie Kirk is going to get shot, and you know what? 3 days later, I'm going to tweet that Donald Trump, December 14th. What does that even mean? Okay, who would even do that? Do you have prior knowledge of on or not? Okay. Why isn't there any journalist or any podcaster who is pushing for this story? I mean, I wasn't even aware about it until recently. Okay. What is going on and what will happen on the December of 14th? And honestly, this Charlie Kirk case rabbit hole is going deeper and deeper. I later found out that he wasn't the only one who has been predicting Charlie Kirk's death. Okay, they even write a song, Charlie Kirk Dead at 31. I believe the name of the person who write that song. They posted that song on some app. I forgot what the app is, but the person who posted that song, the profile name is Kai Velades. Okay, who is this Kai Velades? I mean, like, why hasn't there been any lead up? I think it's worth investigating, right? Has the FBI even look at it? Okay, and there are many other social media account predicting this Charlie Kirk's death. So far, there has only been one account that predicted there is going to be a what we call there is going to be something really big happening on December 14th related to Trump. Okay. But then again, there's people like Laura Loomer. If you guys have been paying attention to her, she's very famous on X, okay? And she kept on saying, I don't know, guys, I feel like a terrorist attack likely worse than 9/11 is going to happen very soon. She kept on posting that over and over again, okay? So do they have prior knowledge? And I'm sorry to say this, I keep on bringing up Israel on this channel, but this is starting to look like an Israeli operation, okay? This looks like a Mossad bot, okay? This looks like an Israeli operation to me, okay? Who could forget the dancing Israelis who stood in front of World Trade Centers and were dancing right after World Trade Center collapse? They were later even interviewed in an Israeli TV show, and their excuses for that is we were there only because we want to document it. And they have Mossad connection, by the way. I mean, like, what do you even mean by that? To document it? What kind of a lousy excuse is that? Okay. Something really bad is going on, and I feel like this and it's really side up. They like to mock us, okay? They like to give you little hints that they were responsible, okay? And they know you can't do anything about it, okay? Because you have to be a good guy, okay? Good going. Well, they probably killed thousands of people. And they're gonna blame Muslim for this, you know? Is it just a coincidence that a couple of months ago they brought up Iranian uh, sleeper cells in America? Is it just a coincidence? And I have just read just now, there's an article that says there is a surge in Iranian migration to America, illegal migration. Is it just a coincidence? They're gonna blame Iran for this and they're gonna justify a war, okay? I mean, like, it's so obvious, it's written on the walls already, okay? They want this war, and one way or another, they are going to get it, okay? They don't, the government doesn't care about you. They don't care if they have to kill thousands of people, thousands of Americans in order to justify this war. You know why? Because the American government has been occupied by the Israeli government, okay? And you people better wake up and do not buy in the official narrative, okay? It's not gonna come from Iranian sleeper cells. And also, come to think of it, okay? The Egyptian planes, you know, the Candace Owens has been investigating Charlie Kirk and so on, and she connects the dot that Egyptian planes was following Erica Kirk, okay? Now, if you guys are followers of my channel, you know I don't like Erica Kirk. I think she's shady as F, okay? I don't like her background at all. Why is this Egyptian planes following Erica Kirk? Could it be that it's not even Egyptians that is inside this plane? Could it be that it is actually Israelis and they're planning a false flag operation? Okay. Why is this Egyptian planes following her over 70 times? Okay. And speaking of her background, okay, her mother is at the board of TPUSA app. No, she is at the board of Superfit, and Superfit runs TPUSA app. Okay, and TPUSA app, Superfit, okay, runs TPUSA app, and there are rumors that Superfit was passing TPUSA customers' information illegally to Israel. Okay, could it be that it was her parents and she, as I was have said before, I think she's MK Ultra. She doesn't act like a normal person. Okay, she looks like she's controlled. Okay, could it be that she is actually an agent? Okay, being put there by her own mother. Could TPUSA be facilitating this terrorist attack? Speculation, okay? Don't come after me, don't sue me, and whatever, okay? This is just speculation 100%, okay? Purely speculation. But again, could it be that it has something to do with Anika? Why are they so against Candace Owens exposing the weird, uh, what we call circumstances regarding Charlie Kirk's case? I mean, like, that's what journalists are supposed to do. You know, you're supposed to question the official narratives when it's full of holes to begin with. Why are people against her? I mean, it's unbelievable. On X, it's like Candace Owens is crazy. Candace Owens has gone insane. Candace Owens wants attention. She's the number one global podcaster in the world, okay? She doesn't need to do this to get more attention. And if your entire plan is to uh, ha- is to perform a psychological operations, it's obvious it's a psychological operations, okay? I couldn't be more convinced that it is a psyop. If your entire plan is to perform a psyop against her, it's not working, okay? These psyop games used to work a lot back then in the 90s, in the 2000s, because people don't have that many access to internet and unlimited information. But today in 2025, it's no longer working. So why are you even trying with this same old tactics that is no longer working? Find a better tactic, okay? Speaking of Candace Owens, I mean, like, she has been pushing TPUSA for answers for months and months, okay? And TPUSA finally succumbed to her pressure and they said that, okay, we're gonna have a debate, okay? They invited Candace to do a debate, okay? First of all, sorry. Firstly, they never told her what the date will be, okay? They just saying, okay, we invited you to come and blah blah blah. So Candace respond and then Candace said, okay, anytime, anywhere, we can do it virtually. We all have the technology and so on. So anytime is also okay, okay. And then they posted another X account at 1 a.m., 12 a.m. or 1 a.m., I'm not sure. Candace was probably sleeping at that time, and they were saying that, okay, challenge accepted, something around that line. I probably wasn't being accurate, okay. But they said challenge accepted. You are invited to come to our studio on the December of 15th, okay. So Candace replied back and or before that they said on the December of 15 we will give you 24 hours to respond and the debate must be done in our studio. So Candace responded a couple of hours after that and she was saying that, well, she she's not free on that particular day, December of 15th, you know. And she was saying that why can't we do it online? She can do it. She can do the debate online, but she can't fly to. Right now, Candace is living in Tennessee. She can't fly to Arizona on that particular date. That was what she said. But she can always do it online. And then they said, nope, it has to be done in the studio. Okay, this is not 100% accurate what I'm saying. This is not their official 100% their statement, but it is somewhere around that line, the response, okay? And then they said, nope, absolutely not. You have to come to our studio. And what the deal is going on right now? I mean, like, every day they have show with one of the producers named Andrew Colvett, and a lot of the time, Andrew Colvett is not even in the studio. They do it online, okay? So what's the issue? Just do the debate online. I mean, like, and then Candace was saying that they didn't even contact her to double confirm whether this date is okay or not, you know. Usually, when you want to invite someone to do a debate with you, you probably would send her an email or WhatsApp messages, maybe even call her, right? But no, they invited her via an X post, a Twitter post. Like, are you kidding me? That doesn't show professionalism, TPUSA, to begin with. And when you do that, you actually make people more suspicious of you, okay? And also, I found this December 15th date very suspicious. Why December 15th? Exactly one day after whoever that person is on Twitter who predicted something is going to happen to Donald Trump on December 14th. No, let me correct myself. Don't come after me. They didn't predict something is going to happen to Donald Trump. It just said December 14th, Donald Trump. Okay. So why December 15th? So that perhaps this is my conclusion, okay? Something really bad is going to happen on December of 14th, and then they're going to justify it and say, well, we cannot do the debate on December 15th then because, there probably will be a terrorist attack on December 14th, and then they're gonna say, because right now it's not the best time to do it. We have to cover on this terrorist attack. I don't know. Initially, like I said, initially I was planning on making multiple videos about Charlie Kirk, but after a while I feel like, you know, this case is kind of boring. There are other more important issues that we need to focus on. But as time goes by, this Charlie Kirk case is getting more and more interesting. And I feel like this case, the Charlie Kirk assassination case, is going to be a much bigger global significance than we thought it would be. Okay. I'm not even convinced that Charlie Kirk is dead. I feel like this is all just an act. The world is a stage. Okay. Like the person that they are implying that killed Charlie Kirk named Tyler Robinson. Okay, there was a picture of him in his dorm. Okay, dorm room, and in that picture, I'm going to provide you guys a screenshot of that. Okay, in that picture on his PC screen, there's a picture of Goat Island, okay, on his PC screen. Like, first of all, who even puts Goat Island picture on their PC? Like, it's kind of a random thing. Nobody even know Goat Island exists. Don't even know what it is. Goat Island is in New Zealand, by the way, you know. And this guy lives in America. Who would even think about putting Goat Island picture on your PC screen? It doesn't even make sense. And Goat Island is not even a beautiful island. It's full of rocks. But anyway, and then just a couple of miles from Goat Island, there was a sanctuary named Valhalla. Okay, not that many people know that again. There was a place called Valhalla. Okay, and do remember what Cash Patel said previously, and also Alex Jones. Both of them said, "We will see you again, Charlie Kirk, in Valhalla." Is it just a coincidence? And a couple of months before the Charlie Kirk shooting, Cash Patel did open up an FBI office in New Zealand. Again, another coincidence. And then do remember the Charlie Kirk, what we call funeral, where he was being put in a casket, and Erica Kirk was crying her eyes out. I love you. I'm going to show you guys the footage, okay?
I love you. I love you. God bless you.
Like, what the hell is that? That's not a human hand, okay? That looks like a dummy, like a doll or a mannequin. And they didn't even show Charlie Kirk's face in that video. I don't know. I'm not even 100% convinced that he died. I feel like this is all just a setup. And also, I am sick of seeing this war in the Middle East. Okay, I am sick of seeing Muslim getting killed by the millions. Apparently, 1 million Iraqis is not enough. Now they want more. I'm sick of it. Okay. What is his, what is it with you Americans that only always needed to justify new wars? Okay, not Americans, the government, but also a lot of Americans want never ending wars, okay? All because you need to protect God's chosen people. Are you kidding me? To begin with, okay? To begin with, they're not God's chosen people, but I did a video on that. Go check it out. I already provide who the sources, who they really are. They are the real Israelite from the Bible. They're not Palestinian, are the real Israelite from the Bible. Okay, check it out. Check my video. But secondly, I mean, like, it's just common sense. God doesn't want you to kill 1 million people in Iraq, okay? Just because you need to protect God's chosen people. Make it make sense, okay? This is the problem I have with religion, okay? I mean, like, not religion in itself, but this is the problem I have with priests, with imams, and so on. They always need to justify new wars, okay? Not all imam, not all priests, okay? In fact, maybe the majority of them want peace, okay? But there are some, you know, imams or priests or rabbis who always want to justify new wars, okay? I mean, like the evangelists, especially evangelists, Christian, I don't like them. What is it? Why do you have to be obsessed with war? I don't get it. It is just maybe it's just me, but my common sense is thinking God doesn't want you to go into never-ending wars. Okay? If that's the kind of religion you have, then you are an extremist. Okay? You're no different than ISIS. If you have to constantly justify new wars what in order to do God's work, then you're an extremist. You're no different than ISIS. Okay? Just because you're wearing jeans and t-shirt and you're not wearing a hijab, you're not wearing a cloak, doesn't make you less of an extremist, okay? In fact, you're probably even worse than them. At least some of these ISIS, they're willing to die for their own cause. But a lot of evangelical Christians, they're not willing to die for their cause. They let others die for their cause. They let women and children, they sacrifice women and children for their cause, but they don't want to go to war. They won't send their kids to go to war. So they are a hypocrite. At least ISIS, I don't agree with them, I don't like them, I hate them, but at least I have to give them tiny bit of respect, okay, for willing to die for their own cause, okay. But these evangelical Christian, the majority of them, they are cowards and they are also extremists, which is the worst kind of human being in the world, okay. So if you really want this war to happen, I suggest to you, you go and enlist to the army, okay? And don't let other people die for your cause. You die for your cause, okay? Talk is cheap, do it, okay? If this war were to ever happen, let's hope it never happens, okay? Anyway, if you like this kind of content, kindly subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, kindly press the like button and also leave some comment. I do a lot of commentary on global economics and politics as well as on conspiracy theory, and I'm thinking about covering cultures in the future. Okay, so until we see again, bye bye.